Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, September 12. Contracts have been signed to expedite renovation work on 14 police stations across the island. Approximately $195 million will be spent on improving conditions at 5 stations in Kingston, 4 in St. Andrew, 2 in St. Elizabeth, and 1 each in St. Mary, Trelawney, and Clarendon. On Wednesday, the National Security Ministry signed with 8 contractors to get the work started.
It's a major task. It includes repair of roofs, electrical fixtures, infrastructure, plumbing, termite control, refurbishing of bathroom facilities, improving drainage, and replacing perimeter fencing, but to name a few.
The improvements fall under the ministry's Project Rebuild, Overhaul, Construct ROC. It aims to convert all police stations into modern, citizen-friendly workspaces. In the meantime, Minister Chang says police officers will soon have a new system which will facilitate reports on infrastructural deficiencies in real time to ensure they are addressed as soon as possible.
By providing police officers with updated fit-for-purpose facilities, we are strengthening the capacity to appropriately represent their office while effectively carrying out their duties in securing Jamaican lives and livelihood.
Government has sent out a call for contractors to submit proposals for a drainage design for Kingston and St. Andrew. During a statement to Parliament on Tuesday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said about $150 million would be spent on improving the corporate area drainage network.
Hopefully they will go to contracting within a month, and the period of design will be about 6 months. So hopefully we'll have that ready in terms of the major drains that will need to be reconstructed or new drains to be put in for Kingston and St. Andrew.
The work will be carried out under the Greater Infrastructure Development Program. With partial funding to come from the budget, Mr. Holness says the administration is seeking to have a new agreement soon for additional financing. Meanwhile, he says government is also exploring a national drainage plan for May Pen, Santa Cruz, and Port Maria. With the 2019 Atlantic hurricane season now in its most active period, the Prime Minister is calling on Jamaicans to remain alert and ensure they are prepared for any eventuality.
Jamaica should be prepared. And I'm saying this bearing in mind what has happened to the Bahamas. Jamaicans should be prepared. And this means stocking up on the supplies that you would need in the event of a storm, your candles, your batteries, your canned food, your water supply, warm clothing.
He's also urging persons living in low-lying and flood-prone areas to adhere to the evacuation warnings from OPM and other agencies involved in first response. Prime Minister Holness, who was speaking in Parliament on Tuesday, also assured the public that government had a comprehensive disaster response plan in place. He has urged members of Parliament to put in effect their own plans for their constituencies. Gequan Iron and Steel Company, GISCO, has given an assurance that it will maintain a percentage of its current workforce at the alumina refinery in Nain, St. Elizabeth, despite its temporary closure. Mining Minister Robert Montego says this assurance was given following discussions with various union representatives.
Mr. Speaker, we must pay tribute at this stage to the unions operating at the plant, as we have met on more than one occasion, and under the auspices of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, have worked out a labour agreement to ensure industrial peace for the next 2 years. Mr. Speaker, discussions with the unions continue, and up to yesterday, there was a meeting with the unions and the GISCO in terms of having a small maintenance crew, as well as employing persons to help with the modernization.
Minister Montego was making a statement to Parliament on Tuesday. The GISCO-owned alumina refinery in Nain, St. Elizabeth is being temporarily closed to facilitate expansion works. The St. James Health Department will be getting an additional 30 vector control workers to assist with the destruction of mosquito breeding sites in the parish. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton says they will be selected from the Housing Opportunity Production and Employment Hope program. These 30 will join the 11 permanent staff members and 63 temporary workers already engaged in mosquito eradication activities. An additional vehicle is also being provided for the vector control effort, and as of Monday, private contractors have been engaged to assist with fogging in vulnerable communities. The minister was speaking to journalists during a press briefing at the St. James Type 5 Health Center in Montego Bay recently, preceding a tour of the Norwood and flanker communities. He also joined a team of 30 vector control workers on a similar sensitization session in the town of Maypen, Clarendon.
We want to appeal to the public, to the populace, that while we will do whatever is necessary to raise the awareness, to support the identification and destruction of breeding sites, to deal with symptoms and treatment, ultimately personal responsibility and citizens' action needs to be a norm rather than an exception. It cannot be seasonal. It has to be a routine, a part of our culture, a part of our behavior.
And finally, the health minister is assuring the public that the Cornwall Regional Hospital is still providing critical services despite the construction and rehabilitation work taking place at that facility.
So whether it is an unfortunate trauma-related incident, whatever that represents, car accident, whatever, you can go to Cornwall and you'll get the support. There's the radiology unit, there's the emergency surgery, all of that is there. If it is an NCD, cancer or cardiovascular related ailment, all of that is there. Dialysis and so on is being treated. And of course, we have the inpatient care.
Dr. Tufton says while there may be a few shortcomings, the system continues to work well.
I think the staff has gone beyond the normal requirements to ensure that the work takes place and that lives are saved.
The minister gave the update as he toured the Norwood and flanker communities recently as part of his ministry's enhanced vector control program. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.